guys, it is Yolobistumo here, and recently you guys have really been receiving my new song super well, and I'm very thankful for that. This is Flutterglen Veil I'm talking about, as you can see up here. Up here. Yeah, I thought about why not do like a whole like review of the song, or like show you guys what is in the song, like behind the scenes stuff. And I was thinking that Domino actually suggested me this because he did this with his own song called Luminance, a recent song he released that is really complex, really good song, by the way. I suggest you go listen to it. So I thought like, sure, why not do one on Flutterglen Veil too? I mean, you guys might appreciate this, at least those of you that are interested in music production. I think you guys will like this. So yeah, enough talking. Let me just get straight into it. I'm probably not gonna go through everything here because otherwise this video is gonna take insanely long. So I'm just gonna like scrape over everything and just like trying to explain what I've done here. All right. So yeah, let me just show you the view of FLP here. As you see, it's very cluttered and unorganized. I'm horribly sorry for that. I never name my parents anything, so this is like, if someone who doesn't know this FLP, I know it luckily, but like if someone else jumped into this, they're kind of like, whoa, what the fuck is this? So yeah, this is very unorganized, but I mean, the song still sounds good, so that's all that matters, potentially. Let me just start at the intro. So for the intro, we have this little, let me see. We have the intro here, and I have this video that is synced to the gameplay video that I used for synchronization up here. So we have the intro piano here. The reason why it fades in like that from Revequa is because in the original song there is like whispers like inside the map. Not in the original song, sorry. In the map, there's these whispers in the map that the map creator told me they wanted like focus on that, so that's why it fades in like that. So what we have here is we have like this piano up here that plays this like pattern, and then it makes like this fall here, and then these voices start playing, and then there's this little guitar sample that I've been using a lot lately in all my songs. There's a variant of it, and here we have this piano with a reverb gate effect of some kind. Well, it's actually Valhalla Supermassive, a default preset from that is being used to create that, like, let me show you here, this little on the chord shade. This is let me check. Yeah, this is Contact Nor that I've used on this Nor felt, as you see, this plugin here. Which is actually, it's a pretty good piano. There are probably better pianos out there, but this one just, it really fit me. I've been using this for a good while. So I put this effect on top of it called Valhalla Supermassive that looks like this. And then I put this reverse cloud of eighths. This is a default preset they have. So that makes the delay kind of warp a lot. So it sounds like a reverb. So it's like gated, it slowly fades in after the chord played like this. It takes a bit of time, fades in, and then fades out again. So it creates this like ghostly sound to it, which just fits this like odd vibe you hear. On top of that, there's some strings up here, which is from Hollywood. This is East-West Hollywood strings too. Yeah, as you see here, they're playing it a bit. This is not this. It's probably this one. Okay, it's not. It's the Hollywood Strings 2 that is playing violins of some kind. They're playing like this in the background, and then I have the piano, another string set that is a bit lower. This is like the basses, and I have this pattern repeating from before. This little that just repeats throughout this intro. And a bunch of like sound effects down here. I have waterfall and stuff. This is like the in-game sound effects, so I have those muted. But there's a lot of sound effects. There's even this little tonal sound, crystallized sound effect that plays in the background, as you can hear. If I turn it on and off. You can like kind of hear a lot of difference. And then we fade into like this little chime here. That plays as the butterflies fly out of the thing. And then the steel drums just start playing. And other than that, every element is like the same as before. The only thing that changes here is like the chords, of course, with the new chords and stuff. And then we have the steel drum on top. So that's this, and then this steel drum, which is from 8dio. It's a contact library. It was pretty cheap, I think. Like, it is very sensitive to velocity, which is why I like it. You can make a good difference out if you tap hard. You get a very round and a very calm sound if you don't tap hard on your piano or velocity. So that's why I like this drum a lot. Plus, I found it through one of the artists I follow a lot called Joe Blacks. So, and then there's this little guitar sample an octave above. That plays again. And then it fades into this little part over here with the same guitars as from Harmony, the same plugin, and this little metal bell down here. As you can hear, these two elements. Oh, this is the strings, the same strings as before, and then the Kaisha drum, the steel drum, and this little like bell thing from East West called Cradles, Curtails. Sounds like that. And then with everything else, this guitar that actually keeps the rhythm pretty well, which is from Contact. It's strummed acoustic if I don't recall incorrectly. And this little flute from East West down here too, which is from East West Silk, which is this DC, the large version of it. Really cool flute. This is, I think that's the same flute. And then I had this marimba playing in the background. We wanted the soundtrack to sound a lot like Ori and the Will of the Wisp type of soundtrack. And I felt like this type of melody just fit like perfect for it. And then it continues into the next part with the bells or the curtails. I think the curtails also added a lot of that Ori vibe to it. And then there's this piano at the top and this cello at the bottom. So the cello plays this little solo down here for the bass line. This is East-West solo cello, I'm pretty sure. Hollywood solo cello. And this is the Nora piano from before. Playing the intro motif, leitmotif. This same rhythm, just a different, it's an octave above and it's been altered a little. And these follow the rhythm. And there's this little section down here. And then it does the same again. The piano repeats that rhythm from the motif in the beginning, but it's altered a bit as well as changing into some other things here. And then this, I have this koto down here that plays tremolo for background sound. And this is a free koto I found online from, I don't know who made it. I found it on Piano Book, which is like a soft, like it's really good for like finding things. I forgot where. Oh, I'm in the fucking channel rag. I'm stupid. This thing here, this thing called koto. It is completely free. You just need full contact to get it though. So if you don't have full contact, that's a bummer. But otherwise, it's free. So so these play together. You can barely hear it, but it adds a lot of background noise. And then over here, I made sure there's no sound effects on the piano until the last note plays, because I wanted that cool, airy effect for when you get to the next part. That's what this automation down here is doing. It's constantly muting everything, as you can see the effect slowly slides up, constantly muting the output until the last note. That's why it's such a sudden reverb. And I like it that way. And then we get into the aggressive part over here. Or like the first kind of aggressive part. If my computer complies, that's it. Yeah, it's very distorted in some ways. So we have the strings from before, and now we have choir omnia on top of it. So this is for the chords, and then we have this little like Mikado string in the background. Okay, there's clearly something off here. I'm sorry, there's something off with the mix. And we have this little sound effect that plays tonal in the background. And we have the drums, which is a drum kit from Storm Drum 2 or Storm Drum 3, I can't remember. Yeah, Storm Drum 3, which is also from East West. This plays when you get into the cave. Mixed with this down here from Storm Drum 2, which is a bunch of tambourines, I think. You can kind of hear that. So those play together, and we have this like little. This is the intro sample to the transitional sample. Something didn't turn it off. I didn't work as I intended. And we have the guitar sample again, and a bunch of sound effects. This guitar sample again. For that little fluttery sound. And a gong sound effect for when the scene ends. And then we turn over to this part where it's just the piano and a bunch of bird noises and a few wind chime sounds. And then it gets this rise of violins strings and the Mikado strings again. And we get into the second part over here. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to what I said. I have the drums here, as you see. These are the same drums from before, except I didn't change the pattern. I did change the pattern a bit to get rid of the triplets over here, and to fit for the like transitional stuff. And on top of that, I added this little Kashmir drum kit I made myself, like Kashmir from the Kashmir sample packs. I assembled this little kit to play on top of everything, which is just a bunch of Kashmir samples, as you see here. I dragged them into the this thing, I forgot what it's called, the channel rack, I think. So there's a bunch of samples here. That's how it sounds like, and mixed together, it really gives this aggressive drum sound. It's really full, which just feels really cool to hear. And then we have the strings and everything from before. The strings and piano, the same Nora piano from before. And the same strings from before. And the Mikado strings. And this is a new choir it has the same purpose, but this is a new choir because there was some legato feature on the other Omnia chord that I didn't like, which didn't fit with these chords, so I used Hollywood fantasy voices instead, which kind of gave a cool output as well. This is what it sounds like. It sounds very similar to the other one. And then pretty much the only thing that's missing here is the staccato strings. These really step type strings you hear here. This is really good for rising the tension in the song. Like, hear them. Like. There's a bunch of sound effects here that are muted. Another clear like sound effect on the piano. Okay, some of the sound effects are out of sync. Over here I have these like, oh yeah, the choir. I forgot to tell this. I have this like library from that is not the choir. Where is it? This one. This is also fantasy voices, but it's just like a. These are pre-recorded samples that is slapped into this library, and I put it on this epic mode because it just adjusted the mic position to be up close, which is something I really, which made it sound so much more cleaner. So this is what is used here. I both have the legato version and these sample-based versions in there, and it plays this sound that I didn't show before. That is not the choir. Where do I have it? Oh, it's here. That's not it. There. That is the sound it makes. And then I have it over here too, alongside a legato version. And then again it slowly slides up as you go into the cave here. Alright. Where did I get to? Alright, so in this outro, or this is like the beginning of the outro, I had all these effects. That's what it plays in. And then in the tunnel part over here, like I showed you before, we have a bunch of the iconic instruments from before. We have the crowtails that slowly fades in. We have a staccato string that makes this fluttery. And we have this chimes sound effect up here. And we have another chime, I think. And we have the this is the coda, and then we have the strings and the core from down here. And that's pretty much everything atmospheric. Then we have the flute and the cello, as I told you before. And that's everything that's playing in the outro, as well as some sound effects. Yeah, it's getting a bit distorted. Then over here we have the piano mixed with the drum and some vocals down here. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of pressure on my computer. So we have the strings that just plays throughout the outro. And then we have the piano that plays this like chill and melody on top of everything. Then we have the steel drum and the crowtails that plays on top of each other, making this like wind chimey-ish sound. And we have the guitar sample. And then it plays this outro, that motif that is also from the intro, as an outro. And the vocals. And that together concludes the song. More some sound effects, and this one is supposed to play. My computer is not liking this, it's very laggy. And then it starts off with this bird sound into the reverb. And that's it. That's the song. If there's anything I missed or other songs you would like for me to like make a video about, then tell me in the comments or in my DMs on Discord. Like I have a link in one of my other videos. I might put it in the description, but I might probably forget to do that. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's it for now. If you guys have suggestions for either song types or songs you want me to do another review of, then tell me, and I'll try and see if I have time for it. Thanks for now.